Hey guys, I'm Hellhound, and as you obviously already know, it's almost Halloween, and I'm really excited for that. I told you about some of the October adventures I've had thus far, and just in case you missed that, I'll go ahead and recap a little bit. Well, I went to Darkwood Manor, which is a really awesome haunted fun house. So, you pay to go in. There's actors and props and stuff. They scare you. Haunted, amusement house. Really well done. It gets better every year. Then the next day I did the zombie walk. Wore face paint. We walked around with, everybody's dressed as zombies. Some people had elaborate costumes. And you saw, a little bit of my zombie makeup in the last video I did. If you watched that. And then the next day, I think what I did that day, yesterday, last night, was the highlight so far of October. And that was that I went to see Psycho, the classic 1960 horror film Psycho, starring, Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh. Alfred Hitchcock's a masterpiece, probably his finest hour, work of genius, great movie. I saw it at a local drive-in. I haven't been to the drive-in theater in decades. It had been a while, and it was really, really cool. I love seeing, parking your car there and seeing it on the big screen. I've seen the movie thousands of times, but my buddy Nightmare, he went with me, and he hadn't seen the movie before. This is his first time, so I didn't spoil the ending for him or anything. So he was shocked when it happened. I wish I could have saw it my first time in a drive-in theater, but he loved it. He wants to watch all the rest of the Psycho movies now, except for the 1998 remake. Why bother with that crap? But that was pretty cool. That was probably the coolest thing I've done so far. And also plan on going to some cemeteries, abandoned houses, pumpkin patches, Halloween stores, stuff like that. I've done some of that already. But seeing Psycho was awesome, very fun. But I'd like to see some other horror films this month, if possible. They were having a Nightmare on Elm Street trilogy, triple feature, showing the first three films at a local theater, not the drive-in, but another local theater. But I guess I missed that somehow. I guess I was busy, but that sucks. But maybe I'll have another chance someday. But anyway, I figured I'd do a movie review. I'm going to go ahead and review the 1987, or is it 86? Something like that. Horror film, Trick or Treat. Not to be confused with the 2007 anthology horror flick, or is it 2006? I'm all messed up with dates today. But, that anthology with Anna Paquin and all that with, the orange cover and Trick or Treat, actually, is what it's called. Yeah, not to be confused with that film. I'm reviewing this 80s horror film. And I despise this cover because, Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons, they get top billing, and they're barely in it. They're not the stars of the movie, like this cover suggests. In fact, they don't even look like this in the movie at all. It's just some stock photo of both of them. The movie Ozzy Osbourne, this is in the 80s, so he had his kind of shorter blonde hair, and he was a little overweight. Gene Simmons, he looks a lot older here than he actually did in the movie, so it's a really stupid cover. They give them top billing and put them on the cover just to sell copies. Really, really dumb. So yeah, I despise this cover. This is the real cover, the VHS copy. Look at that. That's way, way cooler. Way better. It doesn't give them top billing, which is totally incorrect. This is an ex-rental, too, from Movie Gallery before it went out of business. Yeah, see, Be Kind, Please Rewind. I remember having to pay all kinds of fees because I didn't rewind my tapes before I turned it back in. But yeah, Trick or Treat, great horror film. It has a Halloween theme. I figured I'd do a Halloween-themed movie, and seeing as I already reviewed most of the actual Halloween films, with the slasher Michael Myers, Trick or Treat was a good one to do. That anthology I mentioned already with the similar title is also a great movie to check out around this time. I'll probably review that soon enough. But today I want to focus on the 80s. The 80s film, because basically this movie, well, first of all, it's a horror movie with a heavy metal theme, and it takes place on Halloween. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, that's like a triple whammy, right there. That's just awesome. Wow, yeah, look at the flaming jack-o'-lantern. I mean, that's just really freaking cool. But anyway, it's about a young metalhead named Eddie Weinbauer, played by Mark Price. He's kind of an outcast. He gets picked on by his peers. He's bullied in the locker room during gym class and stuff. But he idolizes this heavy metal musician named Sammy Kerr, played by Tony Fields, who seems to be like somewhat of a Satanist as well. But yeah, Eddie's got an awesome room with heavy metal posters all around, and records, and stereos, all kinds of awesome metal memorabilia, which I can definitely relate to. I really felt for his character. I really felt a connection with him because I was very similar. Being a metalhead myself, obviously. I went through the high school phase. I had the leather jacket, the ripped jeans, the Franco and Metallica and Iron Maiden shirts, the boots, the long hair, the I think I already mentioned that actually. But I still am a metalhead, of course, And so I could definitely relate to him. I was going to say, I wasn't really an outcast. I was actually pretty popular and I had a lot of friends. And I kind of brought, that back. A lot of people were growing their hair out and wearing leather and rock shirts and stuff. But I definitely could relate to that. I definitely felt a connection with him, because of that. And I thought that was really freaking cool because, I had a lot in common with this character, this young metalhead nerd. And so anyway, his idol Sammy Kerr dies in an accident, and Sammy basically, I think what he does is he plays one of his records backwards and actually summons his evil spirit. Because Sammy's like getting deeper and deeper into the world of the occult. He's practicing witchcraft, and black magic and whatnot. And so it brings Sammy back. He's not really a zombie; he's more of an evil spirit. And Tony Fields, who plays Sammy, the dead rock star, kind of underplays the part. He's not really very over the top like you'd expect. He's like an evil spirit. He always makes this weird face, this grin, this kind of snarl, and he kind of uses electricity. That's like his power. And he helps Eddie get revenge on his peers, the ones that bully him, which I thought was really freaking cool. I love revenge movies. I love when an outcast gets even with their tormentors. I love Halloween, heavy metal, and horror. And this movie just got it all. I mean, it feels like it was made just for me, honestly. So how cool is that? Great movie, Trick or Treat. Let's look at that cover one more time. Love it. Gotta love it. And there's also a part where this strange demonic creature emerges in this chick's back seat. She's like, I guess she's like making love to her boyfriend, or they're making out or something, and it kills her. It's a really, really cool scene. It feels kind of out of place in this movie, but I still love it. I still eat that shit right up. There's Sammy Kerr, by the way, the undead rock star. But poor old Eddie, the young metalhead outcast. They definitely get revenge on his peers, but then, Sammy starts taking it a little too far. He starts that kind of a tool of, Eddie's revenge, but eventually Eddie tries to stop him because, as I say, he's taking too far, and I think Eddie falls with this girl, and he's trying to protect her and whatnot, blah, 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 yada, yada, all that stuff. Great plot for a horror film. Very well directed, very well written. It kind of feels like a music video. They use a lot of bluish hues, like it's kind of tinted blue. Lots of awesome soundtrack as well. Lots of awesome, really heavy songs. God bless the '80s, man. This film definitely is a prime example of that. Wow. And I just love the heavy metal atmosphere, the Halloween scenery, the feel of October. I mean, there's nothing better than Halloween's almost on the way, and you're just blasting some heavy metal tunes, and you're in high school. I mean, getting picked on would have sucked, but those bullies definitely get their just desserts. So it definitely felt very rewarding to watch that. It's very satisfying. But I bet the part you're probably really wondering about is these two. Okay, well, basically, Gene Simmons plays Nuke. He's like a radio DJ. He's a friend of Eddie. He's probably like his only friend. The only guy who's nice to him. And he frequently plays, the music of Sammy Kerr, Eddie's idol, the one who comes back from the dead, and chaos ensues. But that's Gene Simmons' part. He's a pretty cool guy, cool character. Now, Ozzy Osbourne's part, I think, is hilarious and a work of genius. He plays like a reverend. I guess he's like a preacher, and he's preaching out against heavy metal music and saying that it's satanic and stuff. And I find that hilarious. Just, you gotta watch the movie. If none of the other elements appeal to you, at least see the movie for that. It's Ozzy as a preacher bashing heavy metal music. It's the funniest thing you'll ever see. It's just a riot. God, what a great idea. I think that's just... Oh, wow. I think that's just a hoot. But yeah. Also, some really good special effects. As I said, that demon, Sammy's face, some of the burn makeup he sometimes has. He was killed in a hotel fire. And I think it's an unreleased album that Eddie used to summon Sammy, to conjure him up. He's kind of demonic. I think he got it from Nuke too, Gene Simmons' character. I probably should have watched this before I review this. It's a bad habit I have. The movie's not completely fresh in my mind, but I remember enough to be able to review it. But yeah, what can I say? What more can I say? I mean, Halloween, rock and roll. It's evil demons. It's got it all. It's a great movie. It's not perfect by any means. It's definitely not a 10 out of 10. There's, probably could have been a little better, but I think it was still done very well. I remember being kind of disappointed in the climax and the way they finally dispatch of Sammy Kerr's spirit. I won't give it away. I won't spoil it, but I think you'll see what I mean. You'll find it maybe kind of a letdown. It's not as bad as something like the ending of Shocker by any means, but it's still a little kind of disappointing. But yeah, all in all, I think Trick or Treat's a really good movie. I think you should definitely check it out, especially around this time. Especially around Halloween. Yeah, what more can I say? I will eventually review that 2006, 2007, whatever it was, that anthology Trek or Treat, Trek or Treat. This one's Trek or Treat. Sorry. With a little demonic Sam guy and whatnot. That's a good movie as well. Really great. It really captures the Halloween spirit. It really captures the feel of the festival, the harvest, the autumn, tone and stuff. The feel of Halloween, the spirit of Halloween. But yeah. Well, that's my review of Trick or Treat. There's really not much to say about it other than definitely check it out. It definitely appeals to people like me. And if you're in the same boat, if you love horror and you're also a metalhead, you love Halloween. Maybe even if you're picked on in school. I was actually bullied a little bit in middle school, but it didn't really much of an effect on me because I was so long ago and I was so young. But in junior high and high school, I started getting really popular, and that's when I started really getting into heavy metal, and I became I became known as like the metalhead in the school. Me and my little group of friends, all of them, Shadow and Nightmare and Psycho and all those guys, crazy people. So I can relate a little bit because as I said, I did get kind of picked on in middle school. I was kind of one of the outcasts. I didn't have very many friends, so I can relate to I can definitely see what Eddie goes through. He's a really cool guy, cool kid, metalhead, good main character. It's weird. It looks like they're working on the prop of the demon. This cover is like all wrong. That should be like a making of thing. Like they're working on the demon puppet, and then it's Gene Simmons and Ozzy gets top billing, and oh my god, this DVD is just all wrong. Yeah, this is way better. I'm glad to have the VHS. All right, guys. Well, I'm Hellhound. Check that movie out. If I have any more awesome Halloween adventures, I'll be sure to let you know. So, until then, thanks for watching my show, and rock on.